This is what the care and patience is all about. 2 short minutes of finely tuned speed at the racetrack. The Dewhurst Stakes at Newmarket, Nijinsky's first English race, the only real test by which trainer, owner, and racing manager alike can judge whether the gamble in money, time, and planning has paid off. This was where the great partnership between Lester Piggott, the finest jockey of his day, and Nijinsky, the finest horse of his day, began. The beginning of a legend.
Only 12 runners. Gear from France, Irish-trained Nijinsky, and another French entry, Stintino, are all well fancied. Nearly time to get into the saddle. Hot favourite Nijinsky, obviously in fine fettle, and the unflappable Lester Piggott. Now the 12 3-year-olds from the original entry of 605 are at the stalls. Ahead lies the greatest mile-and-a-half race in the calendar, worth over £62,000 to the winner. And Alec Marsh gets them away to a fine start. Sandy Barkley on Crybaby and Duncan Keith on Long Till set the pace for almost a mile, with Nijinsky, Gear, Stintino and English Hope Approval well in touch. It's still Crybaby and Long Till keeping the others moving at a cracking pace. Rounding Tattenham Corner, it's Long Till from Meadowville, Crybaby, Montplaisir, Nijinsky and Gear. Outside a Great Wall took the lead with under 3 to go and was joined by Gear, with Stintino improving strongly and Nijinsky still close up. At the 2-furlong marker, Gear goes on from Stintino, but just watch Piggott as he times his move to perfection on the favourite. Drawing away in the final furlong, he beat Gear by 2.5 lengths, with Stintino 3 lengths away third. Great Wall held on gamely for 4th place. Another tremendous win for the incredible Piggott, his 5th Derby, and an internationally flavoured triumph for Nijinsky. Bred in Canada, named after a Russian ballet dancer and trained in Tipperary, he certainly justified his short starting price by remaining unbeaten on any racecourse. The Irish Sweeps Derby at the Curragh, where a big crowd makes the most of an exciting day's racing. More trouser suits in evidence here than for the English Derby at Epsom, but this isn't quite such a fashion-conscious meeting. Here they're more concerned with the bookies than the crookies. And many punters reckon they've got the big race in the bag. Lester Piggott on Meadowville occupies 2nd place in the betting at 10 to 1. But it's odds on Nijinsky to add this £57,000 classic to his victories in the 2,000 guineas and the Derby. Racing pundits say Nijinsky can't lose, but there's always an element of doubt. Cigars are chewed down and even prayers are offered. Irish jockey Liam Ward must have feared a repetition of his 1968 ride on Survivor when he was beaten by Piggott on Ribeiro. But as they started the mile-and-a-half race, Ward calmly settled Nijinsky back in the last 3 as Double Dick and Dubrava made the running. The favourite stayed almost last until they turned into the straight with 3 furlongs to go. Then Nijinsky began to improve his position on the rails. He still had all of 10 lengths to catch up. But extending his stride to streak past Meadowville, Nijinsky went clear for a very convincing win. Unbeaten in 9 runs, Nijinsky has now won almost £170,000 for his owner. What a horse!
While Park Top gathered admirers in her final season, a Canadian-bred 3-year-old, Nijinsky, from Vincent O'Brien's stable, had run through the English and Irish classics unbeaten and unextended. His first confrontation with older horses came on the 25th of July at Ascot.
Carabas, Hogarth in between these two. Nijinsky's just in behind Carabas. Blakeney's over on the far rails. Trepolana's beginning a run, and it's Caliban over on the far side being pressed by Carabas, and here
Two Derby winners, as well as the winners of the Washington International, Coronation Cup and French Oaks.
And Meadowville is up there on his outside with 2.5 furlongs to go. It's Politico on the rails. Charlton is with him. Nijinsky now just coming out, and at the moment Leicester hasn't asked him anything at all. With 2 furlongs to go, Politico on the far rails. Charlton losing his place. Nijinsky cruising up on the outside, as smooth as silk. With 1.5 furlongs to go, is Nijinsky cruising into the lead from Politico, and followed by Meadowville now in 3rd place, and then Charlton. 150 yards to go, and this great horse striding home Nijinsky from Meadowville, challenging strongly on this side. Politico on the far side. At the post is Nijinsky the winner. Meadowville 2nd, Politico 3rd.
And Nijinsky isn't going to get there. 25 yards to go. Laurent Zacchio is holding Nijinsky in Hotfoot. On the line, Laurent Zacchio wins it. Nijinsky is 2nd. Then comes Hotfoot. Then Dictus.
There's no doubt the horse didn't run up to his form earlier in the season. He didn't show that great turn of speed which we knew he had. And maybe Leicester was right when he said in the arc that